Alright, so we're going to show you how to do adjustments in Adobe Photoshop. You can access adjustments over here if you like to, or you can also check them out over here where Properties is. So you can choose from all these different options. I'm going to show you brightness and contrast first. It basically changes the brightness of the image. You can make it super dark, super bright. Nothing too advanced. There's also contrast. Yeah, nothing too serious. Levels, however, show you a histogram of the image's values, and it changes if you want to show more of the lighter values or more of the darker values. So it's a little like brightness, but a lot more customizable. It restricts how dark your image wants to be and how light it is. Another adjustment used for controlling light and dark tones is the curves. Basically, you can change the curves of this graph to add more lighter values, more darker values. You can change when the graph ends. So if you want to move it over here, you can. You can also draw on it if you like, instead of doing it manually. There we go. I'm trying to make like a perfect graph. Ah, that's ugly. Okay. Exposure is next. With this, you can change how exposed an image is. You can make it super exposed, you can make it underexposed. This could be useful in photography where you shoot something underexposed and you need to get lighter values. So you use this slider to get your lighter values. Next up is vibrance. Basically what vibrance is a tool that increases the intensity, the more muted colors in the picture. So like if a color is like very muted, you have the ability to change that. While saturation, you have the ability to bump up all colors, bump up everything. When you use saturation, every color will be changed in some way or form, while vibrance will only change the more muted colors. Next up is hue and saturation, which lets you adjust the hue, saturation, and lightness of a specific range of colors in an image or simultaneously adjust all the colors in the image. So you can go really crazy for this, but in the professional world, you're probably going to use this tool very minimally. That means you're not going to like do this, what I'm doing right now. I'm adding like a lot of saturation. There's also lightness too, which adds blackness and whiteness. Let me delete these real quick. All right, color balance. Basically, this is used for color correction. So like if a shot is like not white balance, you can use this to restore neutrality. So if I move the slider to the left, it'll be more magenta. Pull it to the right, it'll be more green. And put back to 0. Blue, yellow. You can change the midtones, the highlights, the shadows too. Lots of customization. Black and white, it's black and white. However, if you choose one of these sliders, the color designated will become either whiter or darker. So if I choose red on the slider, it will become darker. If I do green, you can see the felt on the foosball table get darker. Photo filter. You can add different filters to your picture. There's many presets you can choose. You can also choose your own color. So like if you want to click on orange, change it to green, you can. Next up, channel filter. You know the three colors RGB. You can control the amount in them. So if like you want to decrease the amount of blues, you can. Different presets are available. You can do black and white with different colors. So like there's RGB black and white with only blue, which changes the white values only to blue and everything else is darker. Next up is invert. Basically, it takes the colors and make them the exact opposite. Like yellow is blue, black is white. It's pretty understandable stuff. Posterize. This limits the amount of values in a photo. So if I go down to like 2, there's only like a couple values there. So if I do 3, see more, it's becoming more detailed. Threshold. This basically changes the entire piece into two values, black and white. And here with this slider, you can adjust how much black there is and how much white there is. Next up is selective colors. Basically, this takes a group of colors and modifies their color. So you can change red from yellow, pink, or black. You can make it purple. Can modify the yellow parts of it, make it green. This looks like a foosball table from outer space, an arcade room from outer space. Let's delete the layer. And gradient map, this changes the values to whatever your gradients are. So you can choose rainbow gradients and the values will balance to those. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, I think I covered everything. Yeah, thanks.